Top yourself off. Don't mind if I do. Hope your New Year's was as good as mine. What's up, guys? Everyman's Prep. Bobby coming right at you here with another video. Not much of a review this week. Haven't gotten any real new gear that I've been able to test out. I did get an awesome new air rifle though, but that's for later when I actually get it sighted in. I actually want to talk about a few videos before I start getting into my bug out bag. Actually repacking it, getting a new bag. It's not too big, I hope. It's just a recon bag. It's got some MOLLE on it, which is good. Some MOLLE strapping. I got my notes over here on a separate TV. I got my computer hooked up to a TV, which is awesome. Able to talk to you guys and actually stare off and look at my notes, which is cool. So yeah, I'm actually going to talk about for those who don't have bug out bags yet or looking into what a bug out bag is. Essentially, a bug out bag is a bag that suits your needs to live off of everything in that bag for 72 hours or more or less, depending on your standards. What I mean is, my bug out bag is going to be light. It's going to be light, but I want it to last more than 72 hours. I don't know how long I can have it last, but from what I'm putting in it, it should hopefully last me a few weeks more, if not, a month or so. So basically, what I'm gonna go over right now is just first I'm gonna go over the 5 primary C's of survival, just in case you don't know what those are. The C's of the 5 primary C's of survival were created by a man named Dave Canterbury, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's got his own YouTube channel. Link to that channel will be down below. But I want to go over the 5 primary ones, or the first 5 as he puts it. There are 10 total, but the first 5 are more important than the others apparently, because this allows you to be more involved or whatever. The first 5 kind of allow you more than the second 5, or the second set of 5 C's of survival, but the first 5 are as follow: the cutting tool, combustion, cover, container, and cordage. And I'm going to go into a little depth with each one of those, but following those first 5 C's of survival, and you're going to be way better off than most people who don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, so cutting tool usually is a full tang knife you keep on your person. That is depending on your knife following laws, or you're following your state open knife carry laws. The blade should be 4 to 5 inches made of steel or carbon steel. Well-made knives of this kind should be able to do everything from helping you clean out your catch, which would either be fish or rabbit or whatever, small game, large game, and should also help you be able to feather out or cut some timber or some kindling for fire starting. So a good all-purpose camping knife. I don't know which one I would trust, but if I had to take a knife right now, I'd probably go with my Remington knife that I got. It's got the gut hook on it, even though it's not really a good choice, but it's the only kind of full tang, well-made knife that I have at this moment. Combustion, anything that allows you to keep a spark or light a fire, because fire is a very important thing in camping. You can take anything in it. Hold on. Anything that can help you make a spark, from a lighter. That lighter sucks apparently. From a lighter to what just fell on the floor. Pretty much this is what it came with my SOG knife. It's a sharpener, fire steel, It's got the diamond plate, ceramic, smooth stone, and fire seal up top. So anything that allows you to catch, to create a fire, pretty much, because fire is a very multi-use, important thing to have. Can help you from anything from boiling water and sanitizing it to drinking water after filtering it through anything like a cotton bandana or something. It can help you heat yourself up. I mean, if you're cold and you're out and like right now, it's like 9 degrees outside in Orange, and let me tell you, it is frozen enough to freeze my keg, as you saw in the beginning. Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm 21, relax. It's also a good predator and animal deterrent. Having a fire during the night keeps the predators away, as well as the smoke will help with insects and mosquitoes right there. Also, it can help you bring attention. The smoke can bring attention to rescue if you're looking to be rescued. Cover. Even something as small as cover is overlooked, in the words of Dave Canterbury. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong again. It's very overlooked because even an emergency shelter, something that allows you to put a barrier or a shield in between you and the elements, can be a matter of life and death. Staying warm and staying dry is two very key things if you're out there for long term. And I mean, you can use anything from a poncho to, like what I got. I got a heavy-duty tarp. I bought that at Walmart. Finally found the tarps at Walmart. Yeah, I know. So anything from like a poncho, a 50-gallon trash bag, or a 50-gallon drum liner, a painter's cover, and anything that's gonna allow anything that's going to be a shield in between you and whatever's going on out in the woods, whether it be raining, snowing, or just overly windy. So cover is very important thing to have, even an emergency shelter. Container, being able to transport water from its water source, because you don't really want to be camping too close to rivers or streams or ponds, because there are tons of insects around there. So it's a good idea to usually camp a bit away from ponds and streams and any source of water. So being able to carry this source of water from its source to your fire to be pure, to be desanitized, to boil it, is a keynote to have. Dave Canterbury suggests a 32-ounce stainless steel water bottle. So you could just take it, filtered it, put it in the water bottle, put it over the fire, and you got it boiling. You can start it boiling, and as soon as that hits rolling boil, take it right off. It's safe to drink automatically. But that also depends on where you are. I don't know. I think he's got a separate video on like your altitude or where you are above or below sea level. All I know is where I am. All I need to do is get it to a rolling boil, and it's good. Because if you're going after that, all you're doing is you're losing water, because it's turning from water to steam, and you're losing it. Don't ever want to lose water. Water is key to survival. And I can get into that a little later, but you can go a few weeks without food, but only 3 days without water, even while you're conserving your movement. 3 days without water is a pretty bad thing to go through. Container cordage. The last of the 5 C's of survival is cordage. It's good and all to know that you can use plants and vines as cordage, or basically anything to lash things together, or as basic as rope. But it's also it saves time to know that you can carry 100 feet of 550 pound weight tested paracord. You just have that in a backpack. I mean, paracord, even 550 paracord, is very versatile, and it's going to fit in with another category I'm going to talk about. It's very versatile. You can not only use that to carry heavy things or lift heavy things up from a tree, or from the ground up to a tree where you are, or you can basically take apart and use the inner strands from multiple tasks, including stitching up a wound to emergency fishing line. There's tons of uses for paracord and the inner strands, and why it's a good idea to have paracord on you. That can be covered in a later video when I actually have my paracord. I've actually ordered some paracord along with my new backpack. Yay! So multiple uses and the rule of 3. Moving on from the 5 primary C's of survival, it's basically a good idea to have multiple uses for an item in a bug out bag, and the rule of 3. So, like, multiple use. I have a multi-tool somewhere. I can't find it. I think that's actually attached to my my backpack, but I have multi-tool, which is basically multiple things packed into one small container or one small device. It's pliers, a saw, a knife, scissors, Phillips head, and a flathead, and a can opener and bottle opener. So basically, on a small device I can fit in the palm of my hand, I have multiple tools that can be used for multiple things. I find myself using my multi-tool a lot more than I think I would, because just earlier today I was helping someone fix a necklace with a chain on it, and I was using my multi-tool to bend and close up the gap in between the chains so she could wear it again, which is great. But even small tasks like that, I sometimes found myself using the scissors on my multi-tool as fingernail cutters. You know, having to keep my fingernails short is good, because when you're out there in the wild, you don't want to be like, my fingers, no. Act like a woman. No offense, not sexist. And the rule of 3. Rule of 3 is an extreme survival situation. You can only survive more than 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. So rule of 3 is good to have. It also can apply to your gear. Like, see, I have a lighter, faulty lighter, but a lighter nonetheless. I have a fire striker, and if I had a water bottle, which I don't have one on me, usually a plastic water bottle, you could easily use like a magnifying glass to start a fire. There's 3 ways for you to start a fire right there. So the rule of 3 not only can pertain to what you have to survive, but what you can do to survive. So, like I said, the rule of 3 ways to start a fire is good. That means if one fails on you, there are 2 more you can try and hopefully succeed with. So the rule of 3 and the multiple use is good. Lightweight. My bug out bag used to be a gigantic military rough sack or whatever. It was hard to carry, even with stuff I was going camping with, and I just figured I need to slim down a lot. I was carrying a lot more than I needed to, hence the reason I'm getting a new backpack for this, with way more adaptability, which is good. But you really don't need a really expensive backpack. Mine's not even really expensive. So, being familiar with your gear. So, like, say someone can start a fire with a bow drill. Do you know how to do that? If you do, good for you. If you don't, then you should be looking into other ways, and look other ways to pack or to have to start a fire with, whether it be a lighter, some matches, some windproof or waterproof matches, or a fire striker. It doesn't matter. If you could start a fire, that's good. If you're not familiar with how to use a bow drill, then why are you packing the necessary gear to do bow drill? I mean, if you want to learn, that's good to know, but if you don't know and that's your only way of starting a fire, you're going to be really cold during the night. knowing how long you're planning for. So, like I said, a bug out bag is usually 72 hours, 3 days worth of survival in that pack. Uh, I want to plan more long term. Like, I don't know, more than a week, maybe more than a month. So that means that I have to pack enough batteries, enough ammunition for my air gun or my crossbow, and just basically around the board. Like if one thing requires something else, I need to make sure that I have enough of that other thing to make sure the other thing continues to work. So packing electronics isn't really the best thing, but having a flashlight is a good thing to have. So if you're looking for more than 3 days of survival out of a bug out bag, then you kind of need more than one set of batteries for that flashlight. So renewable or better sources, then if you can find something in the wild or in the woods that could help you, then you really don't need to pack that thing. If you can live off the land, then go ahead. But if you're packing stuff like a flashlight, definitely bring more batteries if you're looking for more than 3 days of survival out of a bug out bag. Bring that thing that reminds you of home. My uncle told me once that camping and survival is more about feeling comfortable than you are running around and figuring out what to do. It's nice to know that you're doing something or that you got everything done, but if you're not comfortable when you're camping, then it's not so good. My uncle once told me about the time he was in the military for his camping or training or something. He would be up in the canopy or whatever of the trucks, reading Tom Clancy novels, which is pretty cool. But he was comfortable. He was camping. He was out in the wild, and he was doing his job, which is good. So, bringing that thing that reminds you of home, making it comfortable, and not making it feel like it's such a task. My friend, one of my bug out buddies, Ethan, he has in his bug out bag a yo-yo and a harmonica. He's bringing those things that remind him of home, remind him of better times. Who knows? Those things could actually stop you from worrying about so much stuff. In a case of using a bug out bag, you gotta realize that you've left your home for safety. And if you've got your bug out bag with you, you kind of have that thing that reminds you of home, and it makes you stop stressing out so much. It's just a suggestion. That's pretty much all my notes. Personal thoughts is if you got all those down, you're pretty much set. Making sure you're comfortable, bringing that thing that reminds you of home, the multiple use and lightweight will definitely definitely cut down on your weight, how much you're packing. So that's good all around. It leaves you space for other things, like if you CQ something bushcraft. I'll probably put the name of it right here somewhere. But there's a channel I watch, and he's always got these other sacks or something, and he uses those for when he's out in the wild. He's always picking up fungus and bark or birch bark. Basically, he's always the scout. He's always looking for stuff. So he's taking less in, but he's got a lot more room to pick up stuff in the wild, and that's okay. But I don't know which fungus I would need to light a fire with, or so if I have less room, I can easily pick up stuff like bark and stuff. But fungus, I have no clue about. Don't eat mushrooms. You don't know what they are, and if you do, still be cautious. Still be careful what you're putting in your mouth. You can end up with swollen mouth, or you can end up seeing shit that's not even there. So yeah, if you follow those rules, everything's gonna be good. Knowing your gear is of vital importance. So basically, going out and testing with your gear, finding out what works for you. What works for you may not work. What works for you may not work with everyone else. So if you see a video and someone's got a sling bow as their main way of getting and hunting food, do you know how to use a sling bow? If you do, there you go. It's good for you. But if you don't, it's good to learn. But it shouldn't be a primary tool of acquiring food. So yeah. So as long as you, like I said, as long as you follow these rules, you should be good. That's about it. So I hope your New Year's was as good as mine. Had a party. One of my friends, daring my friends for more beer. Greatest time of my life. So take care, everyone. Bobby, signing out.